On the news, ICPC probes Nel Fund over 71.2 billion naira discrepancy in student loan disbursement. In commemoration of International Workers' Day, Nigeria Labour Congress demands wage review to ease cost of living. And EFCC traces CBS fund to 4 countries, says full recovery impossible. Many thanks for joining us on the news on TV360 Nigeria. I'm Tamilore Akinkwole. We begin with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to prioritizing the welfare of Nigerian workers, describing them as the engine of our economy and key drivers of national development. In his Workers' Day message posted on his verified X handle, the president acknowledged the vital role workers play in sustaining national progress and pledged ongoing support to improve their well-being. He extended his goodwill to all Nigerian workers, both young and old, entrepreneurs and employees across public and private sectors, praising their resilience and meaningful contribution to the growth of communities and the country at large. President Tinubu's remark comes as a time when the Nigerian government is intensifying effort to improve workers' living conditions through economic reforms, infrastructure upgrades, and social intervention programs. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has vowed to launch a renewed push for the enforcement of the 70,000 naira national minimum wage, warning that non-compliant state government and private sector employers will face organized resistance. Speaking during the 2025 Workers' Day celebration in Abuja, NLC President Joe Ajaero lamented the continued economic hardship experienced by Nigerian workers and the failure of many employers to comply with the newly negotiated wage floor. This, he said, has further worsened the plight of workers already grappling with rising inflation, job insecurity, and declining living standards. To this end, Ajaero announced that the NLC would initiate a fresh round of engagements, mobilization, and legal action to compel compliance from defaulty employers.
Remember the struggle for 70,000 minimum wage, a victory still defied by many governments. The struggle for this continues. Compliance must be assured. And beyond this, we must demand living wage. One that lifts workers from the grip of hardship. We must build a movement that does not beg for crumbs, but demands for bread. We have begged with our sweat.
Nigerian workers are living. We are hungry. We feel betrayed. Is it a crime to be a worker in Nigeria? Must we toil endlessly only to sink deeper into poverty? Our sweat fuels this nation's wealth. Yes, we are repaid with indignity and starvation wage. This injustice must end. No worker should be a beggar. No worker should live in penury for serving the nation. Stop the compression of civic space. Number 2, implement minimum wage that reflect current realities. Number 3, withdraw exploitative tax bill. Number 4, reduce telco tariffs as agreed from 50 to 35%. Number 5, reverse electricity private.
Also, the Lagos State chapter of the Nigerian Labour Congress has called on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to extend the implementation of the 85,000 naira new minimum wage to workers in all state agencies and parastatals as part of effort to alleviate the economic hardship faced by workers. In his address, Governor Sanwo-Olu acknowledged the concerns raised by labor leaders and adopted their key demands, reiterating his administration's dedication to improving the welfare of public servants. He pledged to continue strengthening the state workforce and announced that next year's May Day celebration will take place at the rehabilitated National Stadium in Surulere.
I bring you greetings from all of us in the public service of Lagos State, both the judiciary, both the executive and the legislature. A big greetings to all of our teeming private sector workers. And we're happy that Lagos again were able to do this. One thing I want to assure you, this arena is not containing us again. By next year, we will take the march pass to Surulere, which will be a bigger, and a much more bigger stadium that will come and contain all of us. That's one assurance that I want to give you. But I stand here very delighted, truly happy that we have all been able to come forward and keep to the tradition of ensuring that we observe our May Day celebration. There is need for us to be happy in Lagos. There is need for us to be happy in Lagos. There is need for us to be joyous. Because when we came last year, we made a lot of promises. We said to you that Lagos State will continue to take the lead in the public service of Nigeria. We're happy to come back and report that all throughout the negotiation that led to minimum wage, Lagos kept the promise and were the largest and were the highest paying up on today.
Now, earlier on, I spoke with the founder of First Founders Orb, David Lar Mason, and I began by asking him his assessment of Nigerian workers today, considering the current economic hardship in the country.
But Nigerian workers are under pressure, and inflation has hit 74 or 24.23% in March 2025. The Naira keeps losing ground, as you may all know. Wages haven't caught up. Over 78% of workers earn less than 70,000 Naira a month, and barely enough for food, transport, and shelter. I mean, I see a lot of people complaining here and there about food. I mean, and it's really very appalling. Job security is collapsing, especially in the informal sector, which now absorbs 86% of the workforce.
All right, now the NLC has called for a review of the minimum wage to address the cost of living crisis, and also pushed for an extension of retirement age for civil servants. What are your thoughts on these demands?
Well, the NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress, has a right to demand a minimum wage review and an extension for the retirement age, to be honest. I mean, these are not luxuries. They are survival levers. 70,000 Naira doesn't cover basic needs in today's economy. And the truth is that delayed pensions and rising life expectancy make retirement a financial trap in itself. So these demands reflect the bare minimum for protecting human capital and protecting, the labor force in the country. So I think that the government needs to respond as fast as they can to ensure that, these things, are sorted for the average Nigerian who commit so much energy, so much time and intellectual, resources into enhancing, the country's economy.
All right, now lastly, before I let you go, what policy changes would you advocate for to enhance workers' welfare and economic stability?
Well, the truth is that there are several things to sort of consider when it comes to, what we need to advocate for to enhance workers' welfare and economic stability. And the reality is that if we want real change, we need to be able to adopt policies that shift, outcomes. Another thing is that they need to invest in job creation within the formal sector, because the reality is that informality, keeps workers in poverty. The informal sector keeps people in poverty, and they need to be able to upgrade people into the informal sector so that way we'll be able to meet up with the economic reality that we face on a daily basis.
And I was the founder of the First Founders Orb, giving his assessment of Nigerian workers as we celebrate the 2025 International Workers' Day. Now, in other stories, the Independent Corrupt Parties and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, says it has launched an investigation into alleged irregularities in the disbursement of student loans under the Nigeria Education Loan Fund (NEL) Fund. This move follows a media report implicating 51 tertiary institutions in unauthorized deduction from students' loan allocations, with amounts ranging from 3,500 to 30,000 Naira. According to ICPC spokesperson Demola Bakare, early findings by the ICPC uncovered a significant discrepancy in the disbursement process, revealing that while the Nigerian government released 100 billion Naira, only 28.8 billion Naira reached students, leaving over 71 billion Naira unaccounted for. The commission has sent letters of investigation and invitations to key figures, including the Director General of the Budget Office, the Accountant General of the Federation, and top officials from the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Managing Director of Nelford, Akitude Soya, has also been asked to submit relevant documents. ICPC says it has confirmed clear discrepancies in the scheme and is expanding its investigation to cover beneficiary schools and individual student recipients. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EKFC) has confirmed that it has traced funds linked to the failed CBES cryptocurrency trading platform to at least 4 countries. EKFC Chairman Ola Olukoyede disclosed this during an interview, saying that while some accounts have been blocked and assets frozen, full restitution to victims may not be possible. Olukoyede cited the complex cross-border nature of the fraud, with most transactions conducted via crypto wallets outside Nigeria's jurisdiction, and said that although some funds have been recovered, a significant portion had already been dissipated. 3 suspects are currently in custody, having made what the Commission described as a very useful statement, while international collaboration efforts are underway to trace more assets. The Nigerian Army has confirmed that multiple explosions which rocked the Gewa Barrack in Maiduguri on Wednesday night were caused by extreme heat, affecting an ammunition storage facility. The theater commander of Operation Adika, Major General Abdusalam Abubakar, assured the public that the situation is under control and there is no cause for alarm. The explosions, which occurred around 11:30 p.m., sparked panic among nearby residents, many of whom fled their homes fearing an attack. Major General Abubakar explained that emergency protocols were swiftly activated, with military firefighters, the Federal Fire Service and Borno State Fire Service working together to contain the incident. Area surveillance was also conducted by the Nigerian Army to assess the blast site, while troops were deployed to secure the area. Now, going back to our top story to discuss the discrepancies on the student loan fund, I am now being joined to discuss this further by Deborah Adeniro, the chairman of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, CACO. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, how concerning is it that over 71 billion naira that is supposed to be for student loan to help students ease and continue their education is being unaccounted for? What do you think about this particular amount that is missing?
Thank you very much. It is an unforgivable crimes against humanity, because those that are qualified for the loans are actually indigent students, and indigent students that crave for a good quality education apply for the loans, and they got the loan, right? But then the system, all of those who are supposed to make the loan effective are the ones that are sabotaging it. They are deducting from the loan from 3,500 to about 30,000 naira on each of the students that assess the loan. So this is an unforgivable crime against humanity, because those students, when they assess the education, they are not going to benefit only their families alone, but the society. If the society is deprived of the education those students could have accessed, then we will not be able to condemn the crimes and criminality in our system. And of course, these people will not have good education that will make them to become good citizens. And if they are not good citizens, they will be they are like they are taunted as being the leaders of tomorrow. What kind of leaders will they become tomorrow when they don't have good education? And so basically, the system had to be sanitized. And that is what we believe that the ICPC will do. The way they have started, I believe that they will ensure that everybody that is involved in the sabotage of the laudable program of the federal government and the opportunity that the students have seized will have been damaged. Basically, they should ensure. Yes.
All right. Sorry to cut you short, Mr. Adeniro, but now what level of accountability should be demanded from the 51 institutions that is allegedly involved in this deduction? And how do you think that these institutions can be compelled to refund this money that was wrongly deducted from the students?
Well, the kind of accountability that is expected is that the chief executive of each university, who are known as vice chancellors, and their accounting officers, that is those who are directly linked with accounts, the treasury, and all of them should be rounded up to make statements on the role they play in the deduction of this NEFOD thing. And whoever is found culpable should be made to face the music. Because if there are no consequences for this kind of heinous crimes against indigent members of our society, then they will feel cheated. They become angry, and the angrier they become, the more vicious they will unleash their anger on the society. And that will be devastating on everybody. And we don't know whose turn it will be. Because when you see those that are engaged in kidnapping and the rest of them, they will say they are denied the opportunity to become what they desire to become within the same society that we are living together. And some people decapitate their opportunity to assess the right type of training and to become the kind of leaders that we desire in the country. So basically, they should be made to account for every dime.
So sorry for cutting you short, but due to time, thank you so much for speaking with us, Mr. Deborah Adeniro, Chairman of the Center for Anti-Corruption and Open Leadership, CACOL. Thank you for lending in your thoughts. Now, short break, but still to come. India probes snake in school lunch after 100 school children fall sick. Details of this story will be brought to you right after this break. Welcome back. Now let's give you a quick recap of our top stories. The Nigerian Labour Congress NLC has vowed to launch a renewed push for the enforcement of the 70,000 naira national minimum wage, warning that non-compliant state government and private sector employers will face organized resistance. Speaking during the 2025 Workers' Day celebration in Abuja, NLC President Joe Ajaero lamented the continued economic hardship faced by Nigerian workers and the failure of many employers to comply with the newly negotiated wage floor. We also told you that the Independent Corrupt Practice and Order-Related Offence Commission (ICPC) has launched an investigation into alleged irregularities in the disbursement of student loans under the Nigeria Education Loan Fund. According to ICPC spokesperson Demola Bakare, early findings uncovered a significant discrepancy in the disbursement process, revealing that while the federal government released 100 billion naira, only 28.8 billion naira reached students, leaving over 71 billion naira unaccounted for. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletin or for more updates, you can catch us on Lar Mason TV and AVO TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store or our App Gallery and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're TV360 Online.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
And wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other Paper Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
It's time for business news, and Victoria Akonde is on standby. Over to you, Victoria.
Thank you very much, Tammy. Welcome to Business News. Now, Nigeria's Minister of Works, David Umahi, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to totally completing the first phase of Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway by January 2026, despite recent pushback from some quarters. Speaking during an extensive inspection tour of key bridges and highways across Lagos, Umahi gave updates on ongoing construction and rehabilitation efforts, addressing public concerns over road closures, safety and delays. The minister also issued stern directives to contractors and illegal occupants of federal infrastructure. Our correspondent, Comfort Samuel, has more on this story.
Already over 70% completed, the first phase of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, which will link Lagos to Cross River through Ogun, Ondo, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers and Akwa Ibom states, is being constructed at an estimated cost of 15 trillion naira. During this inspection tour, Minister of Works David Umahi highlights the highway's potential to drive growth in tourism, trade, agriculture, and affirmed that all stages are being pursued concurrently with top engineering standards. The first 47 kilometers is scheduled for completion and commissioning by May 2025, with tolling planned to recover construction cost over 5 to 10 years. During the tour, Umahi also visited the Independence Bridge on Victoria Island, which had recently undergone emergency repairs following the discovery of a structural defect.
We're going to be tolling it, but what is very much uppermost in my mind is how to protect the superhighway so that people don't come from their houses to join them, because if they do, then it will create hold up in this and it will defeat the purpose. So it's something that the contractor, who is also going to be the people tolling it, because this is EPC plus F, which is engineering, procurement, construction, and finance. So they are responsible for the tolling. So we're going to open up that chapter with them. That is very important. Of course, the CCTV.
Already on the eastbound carriage, on the westbound carriageway, we are already at 19.5, and it is almost completed to 20. And on the eastbound carriageway, we are at kilometer 18 where we stand now. You can see the concrete that is ongoing. So we would like to assure His Excellency, the Honorable Minister, his entire team, that we will fulfill our promise and we will try as much as we can to surpass it if possible.
He apologized to Lagos residents for the inconvenience caused by the sudden closure of the bridge, but assured that it has now been certified permanently safe and stable.
We now call for another kind of solution, but I'm happy that controller told me no single deflection, Buildware told me no single deflection, and I am here now on that very spot, and there is no single deflection. So I want to declare that the work we did through the special grace of God and God's wisdom is now declared to be a permanent work. No more any other kind of work on this particular spot.
The inspection team also visited the Ido and Marine bridges where structural concerns have arisen due to previous fire damage and ongoing human activities beneath the bridge structures. Umahi issued a 7-day ultimatum to traders operating under the Ido bridge to vacate the area, citing severe safety risks due to their activities including the storage of inflammable materials.
The bridge structural elements, the integrity are quite there and are very high. We've been able to see such. But we are also on top of the bridge, the deck. The deck has gone very bad. You've seen cracks everywhere. So we've directed them to mill, and the milling is going to be only on weekends.
At the Ijora Marine Apapa Link Bridge, the Works Ministry has approved a full closure for 21 days to allow for the lifting of spans and replacement of expansion joints and bearings, some weighing over 45 kilograms.
This is actually putting the round peg in the round hole. The contractor is like a magician, just like the minister said, that they are mysterious. So they are working with an unprecedented pace, and they are not looking for money. They just want to do good work.
The minister concluded by emphasizing that the federal government under President Bola Tinubu administration is giving unprecedented attention to Nigeria's road and bridge infrastructure with a strong focus on safety, durability, and timely communication with the public. Comfort Samuel, TV 360 News, Lagos.
That's it on Business Update. Over to you, Tammy, for the rest of the news.
Thank you for that update, Victoria. On the global scene, India's National Human Rights Commission has launched an investigation after more than 100 children reportedly fell ill after eating a contaminated school lunch in Bihar State. According to the NHRC, the food served at a government-run school in Mokama was allegedly dished out even after a dead snake was discovered in it. The cook reportedly removed the snake and continued serving the meal to the students. The commission has called on local authorities and police to thoroughly investigate the matter and determine accountability. And finally, on sport, Rebel Stars will officially be crowned champions of the 2024/2025 Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) season on Sunday, May the 11th, following their final home fixtures against Southwest rivals Ikorodu City. The Sky Blue Stars secured their maiden NPFL title with 3 matches left to play, sealing victory on match day 35 with a 1-0 win over Niger's Tornadoes in Ikene, marking a historic moment for the club. Super sub Oluwamilekon Adedayo delivered the decisive moment, firing home a 83rd minute winner that sent the home crowd into wild celebrations and confirmed Remo Stars' dominance this season. And that wraps up our bulletin on news now. Many thanks for watching. I'm Tamilore Akinkolie. See you again next time.